Welcome students. In our today's class, we will go through another program based upon the binary search, right? But here we will try to understand how a recursive program can be written. We already know that binary search means we try to compare the key element with the mid positioned element in the given array. The prerequisite for binary search to work effectively is that the elements in the array should be stored in ascending order or in descending order. Now we are going to look upon the program wherein the elements of the array are stored in ascending order only. Okay. Now that means what we just now talked about something called a mid positioned element. So the concept of the binary search already we have studied. Okay, let me repeat the concept once again. The key element will be compared with the mid positioned element, where the mid can be calculated as low plus high whole divided by 2. That low means basically for the first time it is 0, that is the index value of the first element, whereas high is nothing but the index of last positioned element. This is the first time. So we try to check the element at the mid positioned element. Is it the key? If yes, then the search is successful. Otherwise, either we will search on the left side when the element, that is if the key element, if it is less than the A of mid, then we will search on the left side of mid positioned element, right? Or means what? The else part is what? The key is greater than A of mid. In such case, we try to search on the right side of mid positioned element. Right? So based upon this particular condition, whether the key element is less than or greater than, we try to decide which particular half we need to search further, either on the left or on the right. Right? Now, the next thing is that we have also looked upon that whenever we want to search on the left side, we already might be knowing the low value, and what we need to know is high basically. So high is going to be what? Actually it is 1 less than the mid value. So high is nothing but mid minus 1. So these are the modified value of a high that we need to figure it out when we want to decide that we are going to search on the left side. On the other hand, if we are trying to search on the right side, we might be already knowing the high value, but what we want to calculate is the low value. So low is going to be what? Basically, it is mid plus 1. It is mid plus 1. Because at the mid positioned element, it is not the 1 and the key is greater than the mid positioned element. That means it is present on the right hand side. So the next element after the mid value is what? Mid plus 1. So that will be our new low value. So keeping these two things in mind, based upon that, we will try to write the recursive search program. In the recursive search program, let's directly jump onto the program here. Since it is a recursive search program, the function, the user-defined function here, it is taking 5 different parameters. The first one is array. The second is number of elements. The third is the key element, and then fourth one is low, the value of low, and the fifth one is the value of high, right? So keep track of these two, the last two parameters, right? We need to focus more upon these two parameters. The fourth one is the low value and the fifth one is the high value, correct? Now, so these lines of a code we are already aware about, where we take care of the input. Okay, so for first time, the recursive function, that is binary search recursive function, will be called. When it is called for first time, since we need to pass 5 parameters. So first one is the array, second one is number of elements, that is then third is the key element that we are going to search for, fourth and fifth, right? For the first time, when we call, the low value is 0, correct? and the high value is going to be what? N minus 1. So whenever we call the recursive function binary search function first time, so low is 0 and high is N minus 1. So whenever we call this function, the control goes to the its definition part. That's why here we are reading all those 5 different parameters. You can notice here the fourth is low and the fifth one is high. So low actually now contains a 0 value. Let us try to trace it simultaneously, students. Let me, we have the numbers here. Okay. Now, so for the first time, the low becomes, that is 0 and high is 7. So let me write it directly here. So this is low and this is high. Okay. So low and high value have been updated whenever the function was called first time. Then look at the function carefully here, the recursive function. Since it is a recursive function, we need to have a set of conditions that will prevent the function to go into an infinite loop. For that purpose, we have taken now one particular condition where we try to compare whether the value of low is it greater than high. That what actually we mean by this condition is that if the value of low, if it cross over the value of a high, then the element is not found in the given array. That means we need to return some number that will identify that search is unsuccessful. For that, we are having a condition low greater than high. If this is true, that means the element which you're trying to search doesn't exist, and we are going to return a minus 1. We'll try to we'll again go through this particular code once we start tracing the program. Okay. The next, we know that we need to calculate the mid value. So mid is nothing but low plus high divided by 2. Now, first check what we try to perform. Is the key, is it the mid positioned element? If so, that means that search is successful. Return the value of mid. So return mid will be done here, right? That index value we will return. So the function here, the main function will receive that and store it in a position, and that will be displayed over here. Okay. Or else, if it is not the mid position, then we try to go for the another condition validation, where we try to check whether the key element is less than the mid positioned element. If so, right? If it is so, what we need to do? The key element is on the left hand side. If it is on the left hand side, we already know the low value that remains the previous low itself. But what changes? The change is in the high value. So high value will get changed to mid minus 1. Right? The same thing we just discussed over here. Whenever we want to search on the left hand side, low will remain as a low itself, but high will get changed to mid minus 1. So that concept we are trying to utilize here. Whenever the key is less than a of mid, we are calling the recursive binary search function once again. So what happens here? It is going into an recursive mode, wherein the function is being called by itself by modifying the high value to mid minus 1. So again, it will come into the function definition. So all these statements will keep on executing. There can be a situation when this condition also turns to be a false. That means the key element is greater than a of mid. When the key element is greater than a of mid, that means we need to search on the right side of the mid positioned element. So right side of the mid positioned element means the high value remains same, but the change is with respect to the low value. Low value will be updated as mid plus 1. So in order to include that changed value, we will call once again the recursive binary search function. That time the low value, look at here, the fourth parameter. Fourth parameter is for what? It is to represent the low value. So low value we are updating as mid plus 1. So that mid plus 1 will be calculated and it will be sent as the fourth parameter that in turn will be stored in low value, and high will be retained as high itself. So now based upon this understanding, let us try to trace the program, students, for one particular example. Consider the key element in this case to be 50. The key element is 50. Okay. First time when we call the binary search recursive function, low is 0, high is 7. Okay. Now we calculate the mid value. Okay. Before calculating the mid value, the condition, this if condition will be evaluated. So is this low greater than high? No, low is 0, high is 7. So 0 is not greater than 7. The condition, this condition turns to be false. Now it moves to the mid calculation of the mid value. So mid is nothing but 0 plus 7 divided by 2. So 0 plus 7 divided by 2, we get a 3.5. Since we want to consider only the integral part, so we take mid and store it into. So now mid is storing or having the value 3. Now, the next condition is this key element, that is 50. Is it the value 40? No. 50 is not equal to 40, so condition turns to be false. Then it moves to the else if part. In the else if part, what we have? One more condition. Is this key, that is 50, is this 50 less than 40? No, 50 is not less than 40. That means we need to now search on the right hand side. We need to search on the right hand side. That means again here, this else if condition turns to be false. It moves to the else part. In the else part, we are going to call once again the recursive binary search function. And look at here, the first parameter A, so that will be stored in A array. Second is n, third is key. But what about the fourth one? Fourth is nothing but mid plus 1. What actually mid plus 1? Mid plus 1 will be calculated. Mid here, the mid is 3. So 3 plus 1 is 4. That 4 will be passed and it will be stored as low value. It will be stored as low value. That means this nowhere this low is pointing to 0, but it is pointing to 4. That is 3 plus 1, that is 4. Now we have divided the given set of array into two halves, and now we are going to search on the right hand side of the mid position. So now we are only bothered to search on the right hand side. Now again the function, since function is again get called, we are going to calculate again the mid value and all. So let me remove this mid value from here. Now, low value is 4 and high value is 7. So the first condition turns to be false. It moves to the next calculation, mid, that is 4 plus 7 divided by 2. 4 plus 7 divided by 2 is 2. That is 5.5. So we take only the 5 value. So we get it here as a mid. Right? At mid, what we have? 60. So is this key 50? Is it equals to 60? No, it is not. Then it moves to the else if part. In the else if part, is this key less than 60? Yes, it is true. Since it is true, that means the element is present on the left hand side. Since it is present on the left hand side, now we need to modify our high value. So if we look into this particular statement, the fourth parameter is retained as a low itself, whereas the fifth parameter, that is high, is modified to store the mid minus 1. So now here mid is 5, 5 minus 1 is 4. That means now high is going to store the value 4. That is when the next time the function is called once again. So the function will get called once again. During that time, low and high both are 4. Correct? Now, the condition here, is this low greater than high? 4 is not greater than 4. So condition is false. It comes to the mid value. Calculate the mid. Mid is 4 plus 4 divided by 2. It is the same value as 4. Update mid here itself. Means mid is also now pointing to index 4. It is storing the value index 4. So at that position, we have the element 50. Then here line number 47. Key, whether is it equal to A of mid, right? Key is 50 and A of mid is 50. Are they equal? Yes, they are equal. Means the search is now successful. And since this particular condition turns to be true, we are going to return the mid. What is mid value? Mid is nothing but 4. So we return the 4 value. Since the return statement gets executed where we are returning the value, that is 4 here. Now that 4 will be get updated with the position variable. And here we know that the position condition will be evaluated where position is equal to -1 is checked and it is not equal to -1. So it will move on to the else part, and in the else part, the search successful message is displayed and the element is found at position, that is 4 will be displayed. So we get a 4 over here. Is that key element 50 present at the index value 4? Yes, that is true. Let us execute the program, students, and understand here. Now the elements which I have taken here, okay, fine. There are 8 elements. Elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. The element which you are searching is 50 and output should be 4. Yes, the search is successful. Element is found at position 4. Right? You can try taking some other example, students. Okay, by other in our previous class, we have looked upon how this particular program will concept of binary search will try to identify whether the element is present or not. If it is not present, then it will give us a proper message. Whenever we need to keep in mind that whenever the low value cross over the high value, means if low becomes greater than high, in such cases, the key element will never be present in the given array. So the search unsuccessful will take place. So as a homework, you try to take one more element, consider the key as 500 or any other number which doesn't present in this particular array. Try to search, try to trace. If you try to trace, then your logic will increase. Okay? You will be increasing your knowledge base. So try to search and identify how the program works whenever the element is not present in the array. Fine. Okay. So this completes the binary search concept, students. Okay. So as I said in a previous class, the linear search, that is sequential search, and the binary search, both are journal programs. So do execute these two programs in your next lab. Okay. Now coming to this another point here is that the binary search will effectively work whenever the elements are in ascending order or descending order. This program talks about if this program provides the proper results whenever the elements are in ascending order. What happens if the numbers are in descending order? Let us check it out. Now I'm entering 5 elements, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Let me try to search the element. Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake here. I should have been entered the numbers in a descending order. Let me redo that. Okay, 5 elements, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Now let me try to search an element, say 50, and press enter. Now it says search is unsuccessful. Why search is unsuccessful? Because the program what we have written here, it works only for the ascending ordered element, but we are entering the numbers in a descended ordered elements. So what actually happens here is that first we try to look upon the left hand side. First we try to check the mid positioned element. Mid positioned element is 30. Now 30 is not 50, so it will compare. Is this 50 less than 30? No, it is not. It is greater than 30, right? 50 is greater than 30. That means the program logic is written such a way that if the number key element is greater than 30, it has to search on the right hand side. But if you look at here, right hand side, all the elements are smaller than this 30. So what program will try to do is that, okay, it will continue searching on the right hand side. Okay, and then it ends up saying that, okay, the 50 doesn't present over here, correct? But that is not the true in case of a binary search. In binary search, the prerequisite is that the number should be in an array, the number should be in sorted manner. The sorting can be in ascending sort, that is small number to the big number, or it can be descending sort, that is big number towards the small number. Now, if we want to work, or if you want to make a program that should also give a proper results for this type, that is descending ordered element, then we need to modify the program. The modification is very simple. Just one single change I need to do. That is here. Here we are trying to compare that whenever key is, if it is less than a of mid, look on the left hand side, right? Now that we will modify here as greater than symbol. If key is greater than a of mid, then search on the left hand side because the numbers are descended order. If it is not, then search on the left hand side because the numbers will be definitely smaller than that. Only one change we did it over here. Now this time let us try to execute the program and check whether it behaves correctly or not. 5 elements and the numbers are entered in descending order, and now let me try to search for 50 and I get a proper result. That search is successful. Element is found at position 0. So these can be your Viva questions or Viva modifications. You might get, if you get a program and the examiner might ask you to do certain changes, right? Those changes would grant you some Viva marks. That can be a possibility, right? So you should be able to do the modifications in your final examination, students. I hope the concept is understood. If there are any doubts, you are free to ask in the next lab session. Thank you, students.